am surprised. I approached you this morning and said, is there anything you'd like to discuss, you'd like to focus on? I said, basically, I'm okay. So I did not realize that you had these otherwise I would have really thoroughly discussed this with you. See, the challenge is, there are 5 projects. Read a story, read a poetry piece, read a monodrama, read a play, read an oratorical speech. All of them, do they have stories? Monodrama will be a story, poetry can be a story, a play is very much a story, oratorical, maybe not. But then the first project is read a story. So what is the difference between a monodrama and a story? What is the difference between a poetry piece and a story? Or a play and a story? All of them will have a story. But monodrama specifically is that story where you won't hear the translator saying, and so he moved forward, and the next character said. And then they went outside, and the next character said. No, the monodrama is just one person, the character himself, talking, and he describes everything that he says, and you will just understand the story. No other narration, just me, myself, revealing the story through myself. What you did now, Telltale Heart, is a classic monodrama. So I actually prepared to evaluate you based on the monodrama criteria, guidelines. And I'd safely say you passed the monodrama. Now, if I may just evaluate you in that quick feedback, excitement was there, craziness was there, we understood the story, so you have that. But to make it really real, the STG of something to grow on is that the madness came a little bit late. The madness were mediocre. Telltale Heart of Edgar Allan Poe, that was the time he was like imagining. Nothing was wrong with the old man. It's just that I was seeing his eye and it kept looking at me and it was bothering me, and so I waited and I killed the man because of his eye, and you know what? I did it successfully. And I did it. I opened the plants on the floor and so calmly departed it. And lo and behold, the policeman came. I told them, come in, come in. And I even sat on my chair, I even put it on top of the very spot where I buried him. And I chatted with them comfortably. They wanted to go. I said, come, let's talk some more. But then they talked, and they wouldn't leave. And then I heard the ringing in my ear. I looked up, and finally I realized it wasn't the sound in my ear. It was his heart, and it got louder, louder, louder. Finally I said, there! Open up the floor and find him dead. That's Telltale Heart. So, if you don't do it that way, if you're not as mad as that, then it wasn't Telltale Heart. Back to you, Mr. Judge.